This will be review, children, and I think if you're like me, you kind of like this. This is simply just coordinate graphing. But it's always good to review because based on your math test, you forgot 90% of what you knew last year. That kind of, otherwise I don't know. Just a high-speed review. Coordinate graphing means you're just graphing on a grid, right? That's fine.
Yes.
Fortunately for you, you have nice little grids all over your paper. Can I do that again? Yes, I can. Why? Try to do this. No, because I have at my disposal. Oh, can I do that one again? Andrew, what do you think? I should have you, some of you try to draw this. You guys think this is so easy to come up and draw a nice straight line like this. Which one's the x-axis? Which one's the y-axis?
X is the line going back.
X is
One, then Y is the
horizontal, y is vertical. When you do a coordinate point, let's say you have 3, -2. The first one is the x point, and the second one is the y point. The first one is the over, and this one is the up/down. I go over 3, 1, 2, 3. I go negative means I go down 2. Here's my point, 3, -2. This bad boy right here at 0, 0 is called the origin. Hyperword speed. And these are separated into quadrants. What are the quadrants? I don't know why, but we use Roman numerals. Quadrant number 1, quadrant number 2, quadrant number 3, quadrant number 4. When in Rome, do like the Roman numerals do. Do I have to go any more into that? What kind of things do they ask? Somebody? Here's what they ask. They give you, they're going to give you an equation, and you'll remember this because this is a linear equation. We talked about these last year, did we not? Y equals 4x plus 2. Do you remember what we did to graph that? Why does it come under coordinate graphing? Step number 1 is we made a table. Wow. What's a table look like? Well, it's got 4 legs and a flat top. It's still funny even after all these years. So you do this, ladies and gentlemen, right? Here's your x value, here's your y value. Where do I get my x values from? Anybody? Lydia? You pick. And we call these numbers that we pick, we call these numbers the independent ones. If you are an independent person, what does that mean? You don't rely on anybody else, you're all by yourself. These don't depend on anybody else. The y ones are the ones we call the dependent ones. Because whatever y is depends on what x is. Dependent. Is that ENT too, everybody? Help me out there. Is that spelled right? Who says yes? All E's everywhere. Is that what you said, John? Huh? No, in my book it's ENT. You looking at the same place?
It says dependent.
Dependent and independent are all of these. What? Everything
got
is
an
an E.
E.
Oh, well you didn't say. I was asking about the E's. Dependent. So it looks like this. You know, please be smart when you pick your independent values. I always try to pick 0 because that's not too bad. You know, I would maybe go 1, I'd maybe go -1, maybe 2, -2. I don't know, don't get real crazy here. And then what do? I take my independent ones and I put it in for x and figure out what my y is. If I put 0 in for x, 4 times 0 is 0 plus 2 is 2. If I put 1 in for x, 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2, 6. Wow, you guys are quick. If I put -1 in for x, Andrew, I'm going to leave this one on you. 4 times -1 is?
3. No. -4.
Times plus 2 is?
-2.
Yeah, -2. Positive 2 in for x, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Negative 2 in for x, 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, plus 2 is a negative 6. And then you take your coordinate system and you just plug in these points because these translate into coordinates. And if your coordinates don't line up, you did something wrong somewhere. That's why you always do at least 3. 2 points will always line up. 3 points, you have to do it right to get them to line up. 0, negative 2, 1, 6. Is that right? Negative 1, negative 2? That ain't right. What did I do wrong? Somebody? Stop me, people. Oh, 0, 2. 0, 2. Where did I put that other dot? Stop me, people. Negative 1, negative 2. That should go here. See, I was doing something wrong. 2, negative 10. Anyways, you'll get a line that looks like this. Am I right or am I right?
Right.
You just saying that because I've been wrong numerous times. Problems, we've done this before. That's why they're called linear equations. I'm going to give you one. You're going to get it right. Then we'll move on. Ready for the one you're going to get?
Yes.
Where is it? Let's just pick one. How about this one? Y equals 2x minus 1. Right now, I want you to sketch the graph of this. 2x minus 1. Sketch the graph of that. Two x minus 1. You should be done. Are we close?
No.
Oh boy, we got 11/8 stand problem in this one. We did this last year, so if you're oh, we are done? I'm sorry. Who should we pick? Who's number 18? Jackson, what numbers did you give me for your independent variables?
0,
And,
1,
and,
negative 1,
and,
2.
and, did you stop there? That's fine.
Yeah.
You don't, 3 or 4 is fine. So Jackson, if you put 0 in for x, 2 times 0 minus 1 is?
Negative 1.
Jackson, if you put 1 in for 2, 2 times 1 minus 1 is?
0.
2 times 1,
Oh wait, no, it's 1.
2 minus 1 is 1. Negative 1 in for this. 2 times negative 1 minus 1.
Negative 1.
Nope. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. And 2 in for x. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 1 is what?
3.
Did you say 3? No matter what numbers you pick, you will get the same graph that Jackson is going to get here. 0, negative 1, 1, 1. That's not very good. Negative 1, negative 3. And 2, 3. You will get this line there. Right? Stop me there if you didn't get something, because otherwise we're moving on to nothing. Perfect. Your assignment. How can we make this more fun, Jack? Wait, did you ever get your answer question? You were asking me something before I cut you off.